你好，你今天怎么样？你想学习中文吗？ On a quick side note, there is another way to say Chinese. You can say 中文 or you can say 汉语汉语 Okay, as always, let's recap on our last lesson. How do you say why? 为什么？为什么？ And how would you say angry? 生气生气生气 And how would you ask the question, why are you angry? 你为什么生气？你为什么生气？ How do you say the word boss in Chinese? 老板老板 How would you say, this is my boss? 这是我的老板。这是我的老板。How would you say, today my boss is angry? 今天我的老板很生气。今天我的老板很生气。How did you say the word headache? 头疼头疼头疼 So using that word together, how would you say, today I have a headache, so I don't want to go to work? 我今天头疼，所以我不想去上班。Or you could also have said, 我不想去工作。我今天头疼，所以我不想去上班。On a quick side note, 头疼 can also mean something is annoying. Much like when you can say in English, something gives you a headache, you can use it in a similar way. So you could say, 他很头疼. He's very annoying. 他很头疼. How do you say the word for shop? 商店商店商店 How would you say, I want to go to the shop because I want to buy fruit. 我想去商店，因为我想买水果。我想去商店，因为我想买水果。Lastly, how do you say the special word to go slowly? A very polite way of saying goodbye. 慢点儿，慢点儿，慢点儿。好，非常好 ，excellent job. New words. 新的词语。So, here we have 怎么，怎么，怎么 means how. 怎么，怎么。Can remember we've talked about many times 怎么样 in 你怎么样 literally how are you or how is it going 你怎么样 So if you have 怎么 on its own it can mean how. So you could say how are you going to go to the shop 你怎么去商店你怎么去商店 How would you ask the question then? How do you go to work? The order is you, how, go, work. 你怎么去上班 or 你怎么去工作 Excellent. Next we have 坐 坐 means to take or to sit. In today's context, we're going to use it for public transport. So, you have the word 坐 and you use it with a mode of transport. So here we have the word 出租车 which means taxi. 出租车 all three flat tones. 出租车出租车出租车 So to take a taxi would be 坐出租车坐出租车坐出租车 Putting that in a longer sentence, you could say 我坐出租车去上班 I take the taxi to work 我坐出租车去上班 Because we're talking about this subject, I will introduce other modes of transportation. For example, we have 飞机 飞机 is airplane. 飞机飞机飞机 Again, to take the aeroplane would be 坐飞机坐飞机 So, putting that in a longer sentence, you could say 坐飞机去中国 Take the plane to China. 坐飞机去中国 You can also say to take the car, 坐车坐车坐车 You could say, I take the car to the park. 我坐车去公园。我坐车去公园。You may notice that this word 做 sounds exactly the same as 做 to do. The sound and the pinyin is the same, but the meanings are very different, so be careful about this word. And lastly, we have another word, 开车. 开车 means to drive. It's different to 坐车 because you're not taking the car, you're actually driving it. So, 开车 means to drive, literally open or turn on vehicle. 开车开车开车 You could say, I drive to the hospital. 我开车去医院 You could say, I drive to the hospital. 我开车去医院 Okay, moving on, we have the word 老, which we've talked about before. 老老 So you could have 老朋友, an old friend. 老朋友 Can you remember how to say old person or old people? 老人老人 Moving on, we have the word 同学同学 means classmate. 同学同学同学同 can mean same and 学 can mean study. So someone who's studying just like you. 同学 is a classmate. 同学同学 So how would you say, this is my classmate? 这是我的同学。这是我的同学。That's right. And if you wanted to say, this is my old classmate, you would say, 这是我的老同学。这是我的老同学。Excellent. Moving on, we have the word 看电影。看电影。看电影 to watch a movie. 看电影。看电影。看电影 We've talked about before 看电视。看电视 means to watch TV, right? 看电视 And we also had 看书 Remember, the 看 here means to see or to look. 好, moving on, how do you say to eat in Chinese? 吃吃吃 So, if you have the word 好 and 的 at the end, we have 好吃的好吃的 means tasty food. 好吃的好吃的好吃的 So you could say 我想吃好吃的我想吃好吃的好 Next one 什么时候什么时候 means when. 什么 as we talked about before means what and 时候 means when. Putting that together you have 什么时候 means when. Similar to the word 几点 what time, but this is more generally saying when. So you could say 你几点去上班 What time will you go to work? Or you could say 你什么时候去上班 When are you going to go to work? 什么时候什么时候 How would you say then? When will you go to China? In this order. You, when, go, China. 你什么时候去中国？你什么时候去中国？ Okay, after this we have the word 回来 to return. 回来 which we've talked about before, but I just wanted to double check that you are familiar with this word. 回来 Lastly, we have the word 左右左右 means about or around. For example, 8点左右 around 8 o'clock. 8点左右8点左右左右 literally means left, right. So how would you say around 5 o'clock? 5点左右5点左右5点左右 Okay, so using our new words, let's use it in our daily conversation. 小明，今天下雨，你怎么去上班？我坐出租车去上班，你晚上要做什么？我要和老同学一起吃饭，你呢？我想看电影，然后吃好吃的。你什么时候回来？8点左右。Excellent. Let's break that conversation down. 小明，今天下雨，你怎么去上班？小明， Today it's raining. How will you go to work? 我坐出租车去上班。你晚上要做什么？ I will take the taxi to work. What will you do in the evening? 我要和老同学一起吃饭，你呢？ I want to eat a meal with my old classmates. And you? 我想看电影，然后吃好吃的。 I want to watch a movie and then eat tasty food. 你什么时候回来？ When will you return? 8点左右 Around 8 o'clock. Excellent. Remember to repeat this dialogue as many times as possible and make your own sentences using the words you've learnt today. Okay, as always, you're going to play the part of A and I'll play the part of B. 我坐出租车去上班。你晚上要做什么？我想看电影，然后吃好吃的。8点左右。Excellent. Now I'll play the part of A and you play the part of B. 小明，今天下雨，你怎么去上班？我要和老同学一起吃饭，你呢？你什么时候回来？ Amazing. Okay, just to make that knowledge stick, let's look at making a few sentences. How would you say, at around 6 o'clock, we will go and eat a meal? 我们6点左右去吃饭。我们6点左右去吃饭。How would you ask the question, do you love to watch movies? 你爱看电影吗？你爱看电影吗？你爱看电影吗？你爱看电影吗？ How would you respond to that question? I love to watch movies. 我爱看电影。How would you make that into a question? Do you want to watch a movie? 你想看电影吗？你想看电影吗？你想看电影吗？ Amazing. Let's have a look at the last sentence then. How would you say, this is my old classmate. She is my good friend. Her Chinese is very good. "这是我的老同学，他是我的好朋友，他的中文很好。" You could also have said, 他的汉语很好。这是我的老同学，他是我的好朋友，他的中文很好。Fantastic. Remember, go back and make your own sentences using these words. Remember, when you're practicing this dialogue, make your own sentences. Imagine you are talking to a Chinese person, and imagine what they might ask you and how would you respond to that question. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. 谢谢 and 再见.